Hey guys, what's cracking? Krakenation here. I'm coming at you guys today with a crash course for Generation 8. If you're a player who's been looking to get back into competitive Pokemon and want to catch up on what's going on and what's changed, or if you're a player that's just kind of looking to brush up and review on all that's changed in this generation, you've come to the right place. This is going to be a quick snapshot of everything in Generation 8 that we have to offer and all the changes that have taken place, and the competitive metagame, and just the whole like. So you come to the right place. We're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about all that stuff today. So, what is Generation 8? Just kind of on a broader scale. So, Generation 8 takes place in the Galar region, which is based on England. Players can travel around the world competing in gym battles in massive stadiums, spectator level events, in order to become the champion. Nothing crazy, at least not yet, nothing that deviates that much from the competitive Pokemon standpoint or from the storyline game standpoint that we've come to know and love. But let's go ahead and talk about the first big thing introduced by Generation 8 Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that is Dynamaxing. Mega Evolutions gone. Z moves out the window. Dynamaxing is a powerful new mechanic introduced in Generation 8. It allows your Pokemon to grow enormous in size for 3 turns. During those 3 turns, your HP stat doubles, allowing you to better take a wide variety of hits. You still keep the same ability, but if you were previously holding a choice item, like Choice Band or Choice Scarf, you are able to switch those moves again. During these 3 turns, all your base moves turn into powerful Dynamax moves, which have incredibly high base power and offer different types of effects, such as altering the terrain or weather on the field, or giving you some type of stat boost every time you use it. You need to make the most of your Dynamax moves though, because after they are up, you will return to normal form. You will keep any boost you gain while Dynamaxed, however, and your HP will remain at the same percentage you were at before you lost the HP doubler effect. Dynamaxing has been incredibly controversial within the competitive Pokemon community. It received a relatively quick ban by Smogon for being too random and too powerful, making it feel like games were dictated heavily simply by which team Dynamaxed first and how the other team Dynamaxed answer it. That said, depending on what format you are playing it, it may be important that you make sure to understand how Dynamaxing works and how to make full use of it. Some Pokemon, like Sweepers and Cleaners, are able to make better use of it than others, or even a defensive Pokemon using it to tank a key attack to sway the course of the battle. Regardless of where you or I fall on the topic of Dynamaxing and its balance, it's undoubtedly a powerful mechanic that needs to be understood if you are playing in a format that uses it. Next, let's talk about Dexit. Pokemon Sword and Shield were the first ever generations to not have all Pokemon be made available to the players within the game itself. This was the source of a lot of outrage in the Pokemon community, particularly aimed in Game Freak's direction. However, since then, we have learned about DLC content in the form of the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor, which is bringing both old favorites back as well as a bunch of new Pokemon. Next, we're going to be talking about move changes. A lot of little things changed in terms of moves, things that have changed in effect, but it's definitely going to be too much for me to cover in any one video. But I'm going to do my best to summarize the key points that you guys need to know. First up, Hidden Power has been completely removed from the game, which makes Pokemon that previously had 4 times weaknesses have a big advantage in the competitive scene. Pokemon like Ferrothorn are even better now that they are not worried about random Hidden Power fires aimed in their direction. Pursuit has been removed from the game entirely. This makes Frail, Ghost, and Psychic type Pokemon a lot better. Something like Gengar comes to mind, as it previously struggled to deal with the Dark types that would come into it and click Pursuit. Now you can switch away. Return and Frustration are gone. This is a big one because most normal types now are really struggling to find a powerful stab move. You can either use Body Slam in some cases, which has much less power but a paralyzed chance, or Double Edge, which has plenty of power but comes with significant recoil. Return has a really nice middle ground that gave great power, so losing it is a pretty big blow to most normal types. Several other moves were removed completely from the game, like Signal Beam, Refresh, Barrier, and Jump Kick. Why? I have no idea. Just know that these aren't there anymore. Not a lot changed in the world of items, but there are a few specific examples that we need to talk about that are going to be important for you moving forward in your competitive Pokemon relearning. The most important of these items is a new item called Heavy Duty Boots that grants the Pokemon holding it complete immunity to all forms of entry hazards. You can quickly imagine how Pokemon who are switching in and out a lot, or with a natural weakness to Stealth Rock, can really appreciate the ability to not lose a big chunk of health every time they come in. There are some really notable users in the metagame right now, like Cinderace and Rotom Heat, but an item like this is sure to make an impact on a huge array of Pokemon now and in the future. A couple other items worth mentioning are Eject Pack and Throat Spray. Eject Pack forces a Pokemon to switch out whenever it gets a stat lowered. Most notably, this item synergizes really well with Pokemon that use moves that lower their own offenses, like Draco Meteor and Overheat. You're able to fire off a powerful attack and quickly switch out without dealing with the drawback of your lowered stats, grabbing some initiative and keeping the pressure up. On the other hand, Throat Spray is a cool new item on Pokemon like Kameo who frequent sound-based moves. After using a sound boost move like Hyper Voice or Clanging Scales, this item will give you a quick special attack boost of 1 stage, letting you fire off an even stronger attack on the next turn. Kameo can use this in conjunction with his powerful new move, Clangorous Soul Blaze, a sound-based move that boosts all of its stats by 1 stage in 1 turn at the cost of a third of its health. You can quickly become a very dangerous sweeper, so this is an important one to keep an eye on. So I've been referencing a lot of Pokemon that have been affected by some of these changes made in Generation 8. It's impossible, like I said, to name them all in one video. So if you want to check those out, my recommendation is that you go and watch the competitive analysis videos elsewhere on my channel. What I will do is toss a few new Pokemon that are probably the most impactful in the competitive metagame for you to keep an eye on. The first of these is Corviknight. Corviknight is a powerful steel flying type with a great move pool and good natural bulk. It is a versatile tank able to sponge up hits, roost off damage, and hit back respectably hard. Couple this with a great utility move like U-Turn or Defog, and you have a really versatile Mon able to be a key component of a lot of different teams. Another one to look out for is Dragapult. Dragapult is an insanely fast mixed attacker with a good mixed move pool and access to Dragon Dance to make it a potent sweeper. If you are leaning towards the offensive side of the spectrum, I definitely recommend giving this one a shot. Cinderace is the best of the new starters. It is a really powerful move in Pyro Ball and great natural speed that lets it hit hard and fast. Furthermore, it has a new move called Court Change that lets it swap all hazards on the field. This makes it double as both a hazard setter and clearer all at once with only one move. Couple this with the heavy duty boots item and Cinderace is a splashable threat on any team. On paper, you may be confused why I would talk about Dracovish, but if you have any experience with this guy, you know what I'm talking about. Dracovish has a new move called Vicious Rend, an 85 base power move that doubles if you move first. Furthermore, Vicious Rend is a bite move that gets a 50% boost off the Strong Jaw ability, and it is even a stab move for even more damage. All in all, this one move can pack a heck of a wallop, over 200 base power, and a lot of things like Seismitoad are viable in the meta largely because of their immunity to this devastating move. That's all I'm going to have time for today, guys. Generation 8 has been a lot of fun so far, and there is still a lot to learn, so I hope this video gives you guys some background knowledge you need to jump back into competitive Pokemon and try some new things out. Let me know how it goes. Krakenation out.